Hey YouTube, what's going on? This is Nate. Here it is Thursday, January 5th. So I'll kick off Thursday Thoughts today by talking about Thunderbolt technology making its way over to iOS devices. So today, a patent from Apple was discovered that referred to Thunderbolt technology in mobile devices such as the iPhone and the iPad. So with Thunderbolt, it would make it a lot easier to transfer big files from your computer to your phone and vice versa, as opposed to using USB 2.0. Also, it's going to make charging your device much faster as well. So if you've got a limited amount of time to charge your device, by using a Thunderbolt peripheral, you'll be able to get more energy to your device in a less amount of time. Next up, I'll talk about the iPad 3. So this week, iLounge heard from their sources that the front-facing camera on the iPad 3 will be an HD FaceTime camera. So it'll at least be a 720p resolution. It could be 1080 as well. In 2011, Apple did bring the FaceTime HD cameras over to the iMac as well as the MacBook Pro. So it makes sense for them to bring it over to iOS devices as well, because in order to initiate an HD FaceTime call, both users in the FaceTime call itself have to be using HD cameras. Also, Apple's expected to increase the specs of the rear-facing camera as well. I'm hoping for something on par with the current iPhone 4 camera, so maybe around 5 megapixels, and I think most people will be happy with that, because most people aren't going to be taking a lot of photos with the iPad, but the current cameras on the iPad 2 are pretty much unusable. iLounge is also then reporting that the iPad 3 will get a little bit thicker to compensate for the Retina display, about 1 millimeter. It's really not, most people really aren't going to notice a difference. Interestingly enough, they're also saying that Apple's going to keep around the iPad 2. They're going to lower the price point to around $399. I think this would be a good decision on their part. When the iPad 2 was launched, the iPad 1 was kind of done away with. You can still buy a refurb model from Apple, but you can't buy a new one. By doing this, Apple's going to make a wider selection of tablets available. Currently with the iPhone, you can get the iPhone 3GS for free, the iPhone 4 for $99, and the iPhone 4S for $200. So they've got a nice variety of price ranges there for a lot of different people on different budgets. If they can do the same with the iPad, I think they'll expand their market in the tablet world even further. This week, DigiTimes is reporting that Apple's going to host a media-related event towards the end of January in New York City. So don't expect any hardware at this event like the iPad 3, but instead it's supposed to be focused on education, specifically with textbooks. So Apple's hopefully going to implement some new features that are going to make bringing textbooks over to the iPad even easier, and also make some more education advancements. I know a lot of schools are already using the iPad to replace textbooks, so if Apple can make this even easier, I think they'll expand the iPad to a larger education market. This week, LG announced their new 55-inch OLED HD television set, which according to 9to5Mac.com may be the display used in the upcoming Apple TV. This television set has a 4mm thick bezel, which is half the thickness of the iPhone 4S. It's got an infinite contrast ratio and is up to 1,000 times faster than current LED and LCD displays. Currently, Apple has a very good standing with LG. They're making displays for the iPad, the iPhone, as well as the iMac and Thunderbolt display, so it makes sense for Apple to continue with LG to manufacture displays if an Apple TV does come out this year. Also, this TV itself looks to be one of the best coming in 2012 and will be shown off at CES here real soon. To wrap up Thursday Thoughts today, I'll give you guys a real quick jailbreak update. This week, Pod2G announced over Twitter that he's made some substantial progress in the A5 chip untethered jailbreak, and he expects a release sometime early next week. So if you've got an iPhone 4S or an iPad 2, you may be able to jailbreak your device here very soon if all goes as planned. So thanks for taking the time to watch this video. Please like it, subscribe, and I'll see you guys later.